Yo, what's up everyone, it's Funbuddy Games here, my name is Jack. Hopefully we've all recovered from the Christmas hack which affected Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. But yeah, the purpose of this video is to show you how to make a drop pod in Halo 2 Anniversary. I got a new capture card as a Christmas present, so I figured I'd give it a go by showing you how to do all this. So there was no video on YouTube showing you how to make a drop pod in this game. In Halo 4 I think it was really awkward. You had to like use a mechanism to knock the turret out of the ship, but in Halo Reach this is similar to the Halo Reach one, but I had to tweak it up a little bit to compensate. Actually, I don't think I'll survive this drop purely because it's so high up. Obviously in custom games I wouldn't well, that's a mistake. You shouldn't really do it that high because if you get hit by the if you get hit by the drop pod on the way down, you will die. So yeah, this is the drop pod, and I'm going to show you how to make that now. I'll just show you it one more time. Alright, so yeah, you see you took damage there, but now I'm going to show you how to make it. Alright, so now we're on to the building side of the drop pod. The first thing we need to do is get the pallet, which is under scenery, I think. Yeah, just get I think large pallet, this one will do. Just get the normal pallet, and you want to set the spawn time to 3 seconds, because what's going to happen is you need the pallet to spawn before the drop pod does, so you'll see why in a minute. But set this to fixed, and if we go down a little bit, yeah, we'll put that there. Next thing is we need the barricades. Get the large barricade, set this to fixed for the time being. We'll set that back up and set this to about 6. Whatever you do, just make sure it's longer than the actual pallet, because, well, like I said, you'll see why in a minute. And now you want to put this on top of the pallet. Like, oh, not like that. And then you want to do the exact same thing on this with this one as well, and try and get it identical without crushing the other pallet. We need to move the pallet along actually, but we can do that just now. Okay, so this is the actual drop pod done. We now need to put some walls around it, because otherwise it will just fall off when we set it to normal settings. But so before we do that, we need to go on to structure, building blocks. I think we'll just get a 3x3 flat. Is that too big? No, we'll get actual walls for this. I think that'll be better suited. I'm gonna turn off magnets. It's gonna really annoy me for this. And you don't want it touching the drop pod just quite, or you want to move it just slightly away from it. The reason being is there's like a little invisible wall, a small a mesh collision between the barrier and anything around it, so we just need to get it just right almost. And you can do this to help you out. It will slow down your movement speed. And I think that should just about do it. Need to move it along a little bit more, possibly. Alright, I'm hoping this should work now. I think the pallet needs to go under the actual hole a little bit more. It's about there. Yeah, that'll do. Right, so now that we have all that in place, you can go on these and press normal on both of them, and they will move around a little bit. You might want to like tweak it just to your preference so they stick together a bit more. You can move the walls, but I'm just doing this for quick demonstration. You can tidy it up in your own time, like I did in the spaceship. Now you want to go over to gadgets or power up. No, is it? Where is power ups? Yeah, we're going to go to power ups and get the overshield power up. Set this to the same spawn time as the pallet, because this will help take some of the damage from the collisions that you'll have. I'd also set this to fixed to slam it up against here. And you might think that's it, but one problem I have is I think what we need to do, because this is one of the more advanced Halo games, you kind of want to put, see this happens, what you need to do is put a trait zone down, and what this will do is you can set the trait zone to absorb all the full damage. It won't work in Forge, but it will work in custom games. So we need to get a trait zone, which will be under, I don't know, gadgets, I think. Trait zone, here we go, right. And you want to set this, you can change all this, all the like size and stuff. Set the top to the bottom of the thing to the top of the wherever your drop pod is coming from, and I'd also make the radius a little bit bigger as well. I'm probably going to bring this thing up. And now if we bring this down, yeah, I'm going to bring this piece of land up, because not everyone has their drop pods falling that high. And then you go on to trait zone properties, which is B. It actually took me a while to figure out what is this trait zone anyway. This is, so trait zone Bravo. I've already got one on the map. And then you want to go on shields and health, damage resistance. You can put it on invulnerable, but I just put it to like 2000 or something. You can also put the shield multiplier up. But what will happen now is when you go into custom games, you should in theory survive this full. Obviously we're still in Forge, so no promises here. But yeah, guys, that is the drop pod. When as soon as you go into custom games, the trait zone will activate, and you shouldn't take any damage from the collision. As you can see, everything will spawn back in a few seconds. See there, and the drop pod is back. So that is how you make the drop pod in Halo 2 Anniversary. If this video helped you, leave a like, and if you want to, you can subscribe, but you don't have to, and you probably won't. But anyway, that is how you make the drop pod in Halo 2 Anniversary. My name is Jack, and I will see you in the next one.